It's the BAM Tournament of Champions on the dynamic California Delta. Let's fish! The BAM Pro Tour is a hybrid fishing tournament with the following rules. There's a 30-day off limits period so that no angler has advantage of conditions. For the first 2 days, anglers compete by either catching the 5 heaviest bass or by landing the most scoreable bass over 14 inches. On the final day, weights reset, and it's the best 5 catches that will determine who is a champion.
Feeling pretty good, you know. I'm excited to get out on the Delta. It's it's my first time out here this year, so this morning I'm planning on running some history stuff, and then after that I'm gonna go exploring. I'm just gonna have some fun today. You know, we've worked all year to make this championship, and now it's just time to put all the pieces of the puzzle together and see if we can come out with a big win.
Yeah, we got 2 wins so far this year. One at Lake Martinez down in Arizona. We got one at Lake Almanor in Northern California. So we got a chance to go for our 3rd win of the season. It's been an amazing year. Last event, we locked up AOI. I've never won on the Delta, and I've never won a boat. So I'm just stoked for the opportunity to do that and mean the world.
You know, I've been looking at the weights at some of the tournaments. It seems like the weights are a little bit low, but this time of year, you know, if you could get into them, you can get into some good ones. So, you know, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to swing big. I'm going to throw a frog and flip and stick and, you know, a buzzer. I'm gonna throw big fish baits all day long, and I'm gonna try to catch the 5 I need.
You know, the 31-day off limits and the no info rule always makes you a little apprehensive and cautious of what's happened, you know, because so much changes on any body of water, and especially here, you know. So, you know, I'm a little nervous, which is always a good thing when these big events get started, and you know, you got so much going through. I got so much going through my mind, you know. So hopefully I can settle in and, you know, and get off to a good start today.
Sun rises over an eager field of anglers for the BAM Pro Tour Championship Series on the California Delta. We start the championship action with Zack Thompson, who is fishing inside of Franks Tract.
God. I think that's a bass. Yeah. That one's 14 inches. That one's 14 inches. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Just got to catch more of those. If I can make it to Sunday, I know what I need to do to catch a big bag, but I don't want to mess with them before final day. So it's you're either going to make it and have a chance with the fish that are there to catch, or you're going to burn through them to get there on the last day. So I need to make it not trying to catch the fish that I need to catch to win the tournament. I just need to catch the fish to make the final day. Because if I go fish where I know if I go fish for the fish that I know you need to catch to win this tournament, which is probably going to be 23, 25 pounds at least, I'll be burning my fish up before I ever get a chance to actually fish for the final day. So I just need to go catch keepers. So I'm happy if they're 14 inches. And I feel like this is the best shot. This is the best shot at doing that, fishing this way. So that's my plan, and I'm gonna stick to it.
Conrad Demekas is having an active morning, loading up his scoreable bass on the California Delta.
Another little dude, but hey, keeper count, baby.
Starting the day off with a drop shot and finesse style baits, Carl Okerman is looking for more keepers over larger bass on day 1 of the championship series.
Quite a few of the bodies of water that we fish, I don't have a bunch of experience out there, so I'll run around and try to catch the smaller ones. Then adjust baits for day 3, try to produce a bigger bite. Finally. You're right, Mark. Finally one of them will work. Throwing finesse, drop shot. I was kind of hoping they're going to be on the reaction a little bit more, but not yet.
Let's jump in with Mark Pilgrim, who already has 3 solid keepers in his live well.
I was throwing a 9-inch Nessie and had I got into a little spot over here on the other side where there's a rock bank and 2 pipes coming in, and they're actually pulling water out of those pipes right now. And as soon as I started pulling water from the pipes, the fish just came up, and I saw a couple big ones, so I pulled out that big glide and threw it in there, and I had at least a dozen fish. I could physically, see them swim all the way to the boat, and I dropped it down right here next to the boat and was kind of hoping one would grab it, and they were swirling all over it and just wouldn't pick it up. Yeah, I've caught about 4, but they're funny. The thing is they've all been shorts. I did catch one on a glide that was a keeper, and the rest of them have all been shorts, but I've caught a ton of fish on this glide. I probably caught 20 fish on it, and you'd be amazed at how many small ones are eating it. Big one just chased it right there. Definitely that Puma STS if I get one. Yeah. That's a scorable. Is that a scorable? Scorable.
Early in the morning, Greg Gutierrez has 2 scorable bass as he works around docks in the Delta Coves on Bethel Island.
Slow. I should be getting a lot more bites than what I am getting. This is a keeper. This one might be a scorable. Might be. Ooh, he might have a short nose. I don't know. We're gonna find out here in a minute. It's a scorable. Barely, but I'm telling you, it's a scorable. I'm gonna put him over here on the really small side with the other really small fish I have. I got one decent fish. That was on a frenzy nail. He's a decent little fish. It's been slow. It's been tedious. Not a lot of big fish. The grass is down. There's just not a lot of things that are looking that great here right now. So it's probably time for a move. So I have some other areas that are not too far away that I can go run. I'm hoping the water's up enough to cover up some of the places I want to go flip. But again, it's I have it's 30 days off limits for us. All that stuff matters. I don't know the body of water that well, so it's a hunt and peck right now. And then once I can find a wad of fish, I'll try and wear them out and start adding some numbers. But right now, three isn't special. So yeah, we're gonna have to go to work here.
The California Delta is a massive and ever-changing fishery. Here's how Jake Arbuckle is taking on the challenging waters.
No, my primary bait has been the spinnerbait this morning. I've caught a few topwater fish early, and then a lot of short. I caught a lot of 13 and a half inch short fish this morning on the topwater. They're still eating it a little bit, but they're not of any size. The spinnerbait fish seem to be that 1 3/4 to 2 pound fish right now. I did throw around a big 7-inch trick worm on a drop shot, caught a couple just before you guys pulled up, but I'm trying to stay focused with this spinnerbait. and cover a lot more water and just pick off those aggressive fish real quick. Big thing with the Delta, a lot of guys get hung up on one particular bait, and the Delta, you have got to fish the conditions. You got to fish what's in front of you at the moment. You know, that's what a lot of guys will get hung up on. Stop with spinnerbait. You know, if you got an area you can pick apart, punch, flip, whatever you're gonna do, and then get right back after it with your reaction baits. But you know, it's all about fishing the conditions out here. You know, a lot of guys get hung up, oh, running tide, which you have to do to a certain degree. But once you got enough history on this place and understand how the fish position, and as long as the water's moving a little bit where you're at, fish the conditions that are in front of you. It's those fish they live here. They don't go, you know, they don't travel to the other side of this canal. You know, all they do is move from tight out to the outside of the weed bed. This morning they were on the outside, and now they're starting to push back up into the rocks. So as the day goes on, the water comes up, I'm gonna fish tighter and tighter and tighter in the same areas.
With day one coming to a close soon on the California Delta, Zack Thompson is able to land another keeper to his Tourney X log. When we return, it's time for the first weigh-in of the BAM Pro Tour Championship presented by Tackle Warehouse and Bass Boat Technologies.
Bass Angler Magazine brings you more. If you want to learn the latest techniques, win your next bass tournament, or simply catch more bass, then Bass Angler Magazine is for you. From California to Florida, finesse to frogging, Bass Angler Magazine is jam-packed with how-to information from the world's best pros. Published every season, Bass Angler Magazine is crammed with fresh new articles designed to help anglers of all levels learn more and catch more bass. Sign up at bassanglermag.com today. Bass Angler is also available at Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro, Cabela's, or for your mobile device at the Apple newsstand.
Randall and I want to talk to you real quick about choosing the right electronics mount for your bass boat.
And we know the quality and effort that Van Foster has put into this company.
So what you get is a custom fitted mount, not some mass-produced universal mount for every bass boat out there.
Seat pedestal plugs, tool holders, steering wheel spacers, and battery trays are all made with the same attention to detail that Bass Boat Technologies is known for. Check them out at bassboattech.com. You'll be glad you did.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.
Welcome back to the BAM Pro Tour on the California Delta. This is the Bass Boat Technology Championship presented by Tackle Warehouse, where only one angler will claim the title of champion. For the inaugural season, BAM is awarding the first place winner a brand new Bass Cat Pantera Classic, fully equipped with Mercury outboard and Garmin electronics. After a full day of fishing, anglers are checking into Big Break Marina for the first weigh-in. First up to the scales, Jason Austin, who brings in a respectable 15-pound limit of fall Delta bass.
Let's bring out Mr. Nick Gutierrez. Nick, come on up here, man. You got 5 in there. His 5 go 16.05, 16.05.
The legend, Double G, Greg Gutierrez, brings up his stringer of bass to the BAM scales.
Oh, man, good weight, 5 fish, 19.11 right there. I can look over there and just know right now, that puts you in first place for day one.
Made a decision around 11 o'clock to start covering a lot more water, and I just picked up the trolling motor. I mean, every time I put that power pole move down, I caught a new fish, a good fish. I found another spot, and I'd pick it up, and I'd run the Merc out and drop that power pole move again and catch another good one. So I made enough drops, and I caught enough fish, and I just hope I can catch him tomorrow.
Zack Thompson comes up with his limit of bass.
His 5 fish go. Great weight, 18.66. Good enough for second right now.
Yeah, you know, I was going for keeper count. I figured I wanted to catch 15 fish a day, and that would get me in pretty easy. Caught 11. Ended up catching a couple good fish I didn't really expect to catch. Tried not to go to any water that I would fish if I was on Sunday. So I just need to make it to Sunday. I think honest to God, caught 120, 130 fish today, but a lot of them are that 8 to 12 inch range. But I mean, I was catching fish all day, everywhere I went. Just hard to catch those 14 inch fish, but it's fortunate to get 11 of them. And I'm looking forward to trying to make it on Sunday so I can go swing and catch some big ones on purpose.
Greg Gutierrez holds the top spot after day 1 on the Delta with 19 pounds, while Ken Ma's 12 scorable bass over 14 inches holds the keeper count. Day 1 of the BAM Pro Tour Championship is in the books. More action from the California Delta is coming up.
Hey folks, pro bass fisherman Mark Lassane here. My garage was completely cluttered with outdoor gear, but then I discovered StoreQuest self-storage. Now check out my space. It's like my own personal oasis. All my fishing rods, my gear have a home away from home. With everything neatly organized, I can spend more time doing what I love. Thanks to my StoreQuest unit, I've decluttered my life and made room for adventure.
The newest addition to the Bass Cat STS family is here. Introducing the Caracal STS, showcasing aggressive styling, paired with enhanced performance and a continued dedication to raising the bar. Measuring in at 20 feet 2 inches with an ultra-wide 96-inch beam and rated for a 250 to 300 horsepower engine, the Caracal STS boasts agility and speed and is finished with premium features to satisfy any angler. Bass Cat Boats. Feel the rush.
Champions fish with Garmin.
That's me, sweetheart.
Whoa! For the second year in a row, the Bassmaster Classic finishes with a cherry on top. Finally, Christie conquers the Classic. Yeah, 2024 is Hamner time.
Welcome back to the Bass Boat Technologies BAM Pro Tour Championship presented by Tackle Warehouse. Heading into day 2 on the Delta, Greg Gutierrez holds onto the top spot with his 19-pound limit, while Ken Ma leads the keeper count at 12 scorable bass.
Day 2, good morning.
I got 8 keepers, so I'm still kind of in there. I still plan on doing the same thing. I'm gonna go out and do my keeper count. I'm around good fish, I know that now. I had to just basically pull the pin, throw the grenade, and run away from what I was doing yesterday, and I just went totally fishing and found other fish.
So we're just gonna go have fun. You know, that's what I did yesterday. You know, it was just real stress-free, just roaming around, catching fish here and there. A lot of fish biting. It's just targeting those 14-plus size fish. It's a little tricky, but there's a lot of fish out there.
It's a great day today. So yeah, day 2 out here on the California Delta. Had a solid day 1 sitting in, I think, 6th place. Had both weight and keeper sitting pretty decent on both sides. So today, gonna go out, throw a bunch of reaction baits, and I found some fish yesterday that I couldn't get to eat on reaction, so I might slow down, try to catch a couple of those bigger ones.
I'm gonna go start in a marina and see if there's some residential fish that I can kind of bump up that keeper count. That's my initial game plan, and then I'm gonna run down to a slough that, you know, I had most of my better bites in yesterday, and see if I can change with the tide a little bit and fish a little bit differently to try to, up my keeper count and maybe catch one of those big ones.
Day 2 of the BAM Pro Tour Championship Series is underway. The action starts with Ishman Rowe currently sits in 10th place.
For me, the Delta is all about weight. You're not. I mean, you could be the keeper count guy all you want, but when it comes down to that final day, I mean, it's going to take, I think, a 20-pound bag for a guy to win. We're going to get a little weather and a little front's going to come in, and I feel like the ChatterBait, crankbait bite's going to get a little bit better, but this right here, you don't get a lot of bites, but the bites you do get when you're punching are usually the right ones. I guarantee you there's a fish underneath here. He's just not triggering at the moment, whether it's tide, time of day. That's the whole tricky part about the Delta is it's a timing deal. You could be in the best spot at the wrong tide and not get a single bite. And you could be in an area where there's not a lot of fish, but the tide's right and you still get a few bites. So the whole key is understanding the spots, the tide, the time of day. Because I will probably come back, flip this on a little bit higher tide, and that might have him a lot more active. I mean, I've known it where fish, like I come through here now and not get a bite, and I'll come through here and get 3 bites.
Elk Grove pro Ken Ma ended day 1 in 2nd place, and he's using 3 different techniques to catch his tourney X bass.
I basically caught that fairly early. It was my 2nd fish of the day. I caught that on a ChatterBait, you know, kind of a spring crawl ChatterBait with a kamikaze swim on trailer. And you know, I'm not sure, I don't want to say I figured something out, but every day I'm just fishing pretty free, so I'm expanding on things.
Are you seeing that? 7-pounder.
Really, I've thrown a lot of baits, but you know, really on the Delta in the fall, it really comes down to 3 things: topwater, flipping, pitching, punching, and either a crankbait and or a ChatterBait. I mean, it's very simple fishing for me. You know, tomorrow I'm gonna hone it down a little bit more. You know, I'm gonna do less exploring now that, you know, quote, I've had 2 days to kind of look around after 31-day off limits. You know, and you know, I think someone's gonna have to catch at least 17.5 pounds tomorrow, and you know, it could take 22 pounds, you know, or more. So, but I think someone that gets in that 17.5 pound range will have a shot. You know, so, and you know, it could definitely happen.
Luke Johns already has a limit of bass in the live well. Let's check in and see how we caught him.
Yeah, I came down here yesterday, and I got down here like right around the tide switch, 9:30-ish, something like that. And I saw all these fish just cruising this grass line, and I just couldn't get them to eat. I mean, I didn't slow down and try to fish for them like this, but I figured I wanted to start on them this morning, see maybe if it was just a timing deal or if it was a bait change. And you know, I didn't really catch them this morning here. I caught 1 or 2. So it's definitely feeling more like I just got to slow down and kind of pluck them off, something like a Senko or drop shot maybe too. I'm probably gonna incorporate that a little bit, but kind of just want to see if I can get one more decent bite out of here. And if I can, then I'm gonna be real happy, and we'll just go looking for some big ones. So try not to catch any big ones again today though. I want to catch like a 3-pounder and then be done.
Sitting in 9th place, Conrad Demekas is looking for more Delta bass to keep him above the top 10 cut line.
I'll tell you what, we're ahead of schedule from yesterday. I just caught my 5th one about 35 seconds ago, and I didn't have my 5th one yesterday till 3 o'clock. So on keeper count, we're ahead of schedule. I did have a 6.5 pounder yesterday morning, which was kind of nice, and I don't have that today, which is hurting the weight category, but we still got 3.5 hours till we got to be in. So just trying to make some good decisions and trying just to do what I can to generate a bite right now. I started in a marina that I hadn't been to in actually a couple years. The biggest thing was looking for some residential fish. looking for fish that maybe don't leave that area. They kind of just are residentials, they live there. And I pulled in there and I caught 3 within about an hour and a half this morning on a spinnerbait, which was nice. But that's all I had out of there. You know, I went on about a 2-hour lull and ran down here and pulled into another marina, caught another one about 2 1/4, 2 1/2. And then, so I've been kind of running the dead end slough game, but this specific section right here is, I've caught them pretty good in the past. I know there's a good population that lives here, so just pulled up here to kind of see what's going on. I didn't get a chance to stop here yesterday, but so far we pulled up, made about 10 casts and caught 1. So hopefully there's a good little population here. I'm just throwing this drop shot here on this outside line. The tide had just started coming up, so these fish are still out off the bank a little bit. The water's super clean, so I'm kind of staying off of them, making some long casts up to the edge of the grass and looking for them there. Oh, stay on me. It's a keeper. Come here. Yes, sir. It ain't much of one, but with this format and being able to catch keepers to get in, we'll take 2-pounders all day long.
Day 1 weight leader Greg Gutierrez sacks up a limit of quality bass all over the California Delta. Greg now has 13 total scoreable bass on the Tourney X leaderboard. Let's now check in with the mayor of Franks Tract, Zack Thompson.
This feels like a good one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is a big one. I don't need to catch one that big, but I will. Oh God, open your mouth. I'm glad I retied. I'm fishing tomorrow. Look at this. Spear point hook. It gets him in that. Oh, that was a good one. Thank you, thank you. So you can pedal funk around with little worms out in the middle of Franks Tract and still catch big ones. Yep, you're a good one, buddy. See, I'm just gonna stay out here and fish though, because these aren't fish I'm gonna try to catch tomorrow. As nice as that fish is, I need 5 of those bigger than that tomorrow. And I've been laying off of what I want to do tomorrow. That's another nice one. Come here, buddy. See, where were you an hour ago? And I could have stopped. I'm gonna make Michael work. Spear point hook again, right there. These things are unreal. I can't believe I caught that fish on that. That was cool. That was just lucky. But I'll take luck. And then to catch another one and back-to-back keepers? That's crazy.
Zack Thompson hauls in his final bass of the day with determination written all over his face. Stay tuned as the BAM Pro Tour returns for the high-stakes cut day weigh-in. Coming up next.
The news continues.
Right now, news moves fast, unlike anything we've seen before. So we have to be ready.
Ready to get it to you when it happens and with the smart context you need.
Dish customers can stream us live anytime, anywhere. With the Dish Anywhere app and the Fox News app, we're there.
With real news and real honest opinion, and it's all included in your Dish service, so you don't miss a moment.
With the Dish Anywhere app or the Fox News app, you can watch live breaking news anytime, anywhere.
Competitive anglers powered by Mercury Pro XS outboards have won more bass fishing tournaments than all other brands combined. With lightning-quick acceleration, legendary reliability, and lightweight design, Pro XS has everything you need to travel farther, faster, and harder.
It's the moment when everything is on the line and precision, power, and control make all the difference. A moment over 20 years in the making, anchored on loyalty, trust, and support that goes beyond all expectations. A relentless pursuit of perfection. All born from a revolutionary idea to help you rule the water. Power Pole.
Welcome back to the Bass Boat Technologies BAM Pro Tour Championship on the California Delta, presented by Tackle Warehouse. It's time for the field of anglers to get cut to just 10. 5 from the total weight and 5 from total keeper count. Zack Thompson walks up first. And with 1784, Zack secures himself a spot in the final day. Weight is only half the battle. Anglers like Jake Arbuckle, Earl Dalton III, Bo Jodry, and Luke Johns made the cut line with total keeper count and are moving on to Championship Sunday. Delta Hammer Ken Ma takes the stage.
Our weighmaster said they are absolutely tiny. 251 is what he needed. 251. No problem. 16.76. 16.76. Looks like I earned an opportunity to win that and hoist a trophy tomorrow.
As the leaderboard shifts around, anglers cement themselves for championship action on the BAM Pro Tour. Zack Thompson holds the #1 spot on the total weight side of the bracket, while Ken Ma makes it on total scoreable bass with 18 keepers. The top 10 is set. There's only 1 day left until we crown a champion for the Bass Boat Technologies BAM Pro Tour Championship presented by Tackle Warehouse.
Hi, this is Josh McMurray. I'm the city manager for the city of Oakley. We're located on the Delta. We have a beautiful shoreline, and we really want to promote the city as the gateway to the Delta and showcase everything that we have to offer. We have a beautiful downtown that's expanding, brand new restaurants. What we're trying to do is build that brand to make sure that people know that you can come to Oakley and you can do everything that you want associated with the Delta, and you can still stay here, eat here, and have a good time in a very family-friendly and safe environment.
Tackle Warehouse has been the premier online tackle shop since 2003, with a huge selection of not only the latest and greatest from the biggest brands, but the hard-to-find regional specialties as well. Tackle Warehouse. Click, save, fish.
Hey, Northern California bass anglers. Ready to elevate your fishing game? Ford Fairfield partners with Bass Angler Magazine to offer top-notch trucks tailored for your needs. Our simple pricing ensures a fair deal and exceptional service. We live and breathe bass fishing, participating in local tournaments to understand exactly what you need so you never miss a good bite. Visit Ford Fairfield today and let's hit the water together.
The newest addition to the Bass Cat STS family is here. Introducing the Caracal STS, showcasing aggressive styling, paired with enhanced performance and a continued dedication to raising the bar. Measuring in at 20 feet 2 inches with an ultra-wide 96-inch beam and rated for a 250 to 300 horsepower engine, the Caracal STS boasts agility and speed and is finished with premium features to satisfy any angler. Bass Cat Boats. Feel the rush.
Welcome back to the BAM Pro Tour Championship on the California Delta. The list of anglers has been cut to just the top 10. For the final day of action, the leaderboard is reset. Only one angler will leave the Delta a champion. And the proud owner of a brand new Bass Cat Pantera with Garmin Electronics and Mercury Marine outboard. It's go time.
I'm so happy to be here today. It was a really tough tournament for all of us. It's phenomenal to actually be able to compete and make a top 10 here with these guys. I can't wait to get back out there.
20 pounds, I'm thinking, 23 maybe. I don't know. I really hope I can get 22. I'm going swinging for the fences. I know that we're going against some studs. Here comes one right now, Mr. Ish Monroe. Obviously, that guy's going to get him, so I'm going to have to get him. So, do my best.
It'll be awesome for the person that wins this, and quite honestly, I'm going to do everything in my power to be that guy. Obviously, we're all doing it. There's 10 of us here, and we're all hammers. And right now, it's anybody's game. But I got a 10% chance that it's going to be me. So I'm going for it.
We're going to have a drastic change in the weather today. It's supposed to blow 15 to 20. And the way I'm catching them and the areas I'm catching them in, that wind's really going to help me today. And we're going to shoot for 20 out of 22. The way the Delta's fishing, that should be pretty close. If we get a big and get above that, we'll be taking home that new Bass Cat boat.
Dude, it would be phenomenal. I mean, this is like the tournament that we all fish for all year. And I mean, especially fishing for a brand new boat, that's nothing to shake a stick at. So hopefully, I'm towing that thing home today, and that would just be a dream come true at the end of it.
Feeling great. I mean, anytime you make Championship Sunday, it's an amazing feeling. I mean, everybody starts at zero, so you could not have anything to go to and end up still winning this event. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to make a long run. I'm swinging hard. I can't say swinging for the fences. I'm just swinging hard. I mean, the place that I'm going has the potential of kicking out a giant bag. Haven't been down there since June, so I have no idea what the fish are doing. I've never really fished much with the barriers being up, a few times, but I just feel like this is my only chance to win this event, and that's what you're doing on Championship Sunday. You're here to win. I mean, it's either first or last.
Feeling's good. We all got an empty slate. It's going to be best man wins today, so I'm ready to get out there.
Making top 10s is so hard to do, so I'm always thankful to make them. Never take them for granted. So, and in this format with the weight zero in, I mean, it's anybody's ball game. So, biggest 5 today wins, and that's something I love doing.
It's now or never. Anglers are launching for the last time this season. Who will walk away a champion? Championship action rolls out with Luke Johns as the morning bite was quick on the Delta.
Not a bad one. All right, number 5, I think. A little wacky Senko action. Let's see, this will complete our 9-pound limit probably. We got some upgrading to do now, but feels nice to have 5 in the boat. Pretty much kept the combo pretty finesse today. I got 12-pound braid on here going to a 10-pound leader, so really not super heavy, and just relying on a good rod reel and playing them basically. I figured there's some pretty clean water down here. I mean, I don't think these fish are too line shy, but every bite counts, so I will opt for the lighter line, and then hopefully I just land them all. And if I break one off, then I'll be pissed at myself, but that's all right. We won't let that happen. All right, that one's not gonna help.
We jump aboard with Ken Ma, who's keeping it simple with his bait selections on Championship Sunday.
I've actually caught
I probably had 10 to 12 bites on a chatter every morning. And then like this morning, I've probably caught 15 tournament keepers already, you know, so they're biting it. And then it seems like for me, like once the tide gets halfway back in, they're not chasing as well this weekend, you know, and then that's when I'll pick a flipping stick up. You know, I only have 3 rods on the deck. I know it's 5, but it's 2 flipping sticks, 2 chatters. That's basically 2 rods. And then I have a squarebill rod. If I win, I'm gonna win doing that or I ain't winning. So I like to throw this on the Delta. It's the only place I do it. I throw it on 50P X8 Sunline braid. And then I tie a crazy Alberto knot to 20 pound fluorocarbon. So it's a 7.5 foot Loomis swim bait rod with a Corrado 200 6:2 gear ratio reel. So I like the braid on here because what happens is I used to go throw straight 20 fluoro on this body of water, and what happens is you make a long cast like that and you get a big one to eat you, you set hook into it and you fight that fish a third of the way back, and you end up losing them in the grass. And the reason I think that is you can't get that hook penetrated in the corner of their mouth, you know, with the soft, you know, like a composite rod or something like that, you know. So I like the braid because it allows me to kind of, once I lock everything in, I can lean a little bit harder and it helps penetrate that hook.
Zack Thompson spent his morning with a variety of baits such as a crankbait, chatterbait, and a jig, but is now flipping his way through the Delta toolies.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain stretches that I feel like are better than others just because I've caught more fish there over the years, but yeah, it's the fish are just in here. It's just a matter of what their mood is and how they're set up, because there's plenty of fish just swimming around in the toolies that you're not trying to catch. It's the ones that are just positioned ready to feed. They'll get underneath some of this stuff and then they'll want to bite. Yeah, I mean, I've had a couple bump it after the first drop, but most everyone is just on the fall. But I usually tend to yo-yo it once or twice. Oh, it's not big enough. He's not big enough to help.
Punching his way through the miles of California Delta shorelines, Bo Jodry lands a decent bass on Championship Sunday.
Yeah, that's a good one. Dude, I just live scoped that fish on the Delta. That's so funny. Dude, I'd seen this pile of bait against this wall right here for the last like 3 days. Couldn't get him to eat. And I could see fish like chasing almost every time I came by here. Oh my gosh, don't do that. Stay away from the pole, please. Go real deep. Come on. There we go. I don't know what noises I make when I hook fish like this, but they're always interesting. Oh, it's a beauty. Come here. Come here. Come to the, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes, baby. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh. Hey, and everybody who's gonna whine about me throwing a Senko or whine about throwing a Senko, that's why you throw a Senko right there. Game day, baby. Let's go. That got me jacked up, dude. Dude, I literally saw that fish sitting down there on live scope and it swam out because it got like spooked by the boat or something. And I saw it just slowly swimming back towards that bait ball. And I was like, there's no way I live scope one on the Delta. Pitch up there, dude, and it just goes straight down to the Senko. I was like, oh, she's gonna be on it. Whew. That one has me shaking. That is a 3-pound coal though, so we will take that all day right there. I literally didn't even know if I was gonna stop here, and I was just driving by and I was like, you know what? The sun's shining on it, those metal walls heat up quick. Somebody big's gotta be sitting there. One of the spots, every single time I think I've been in this canal, I've fished this spot, and I've never really caught him. Gee, I'm shaking like a leaf right now, dude. Yeah, I didn't, gosh. That's just one of those random decisions you make throughout the day. But that was a random good one right there. So if I can calm down a little bit, I'll be able to retie this. And by that time, another 4.5 will have pushed back up onto that wall. And we'll go catch that one.
Lines out for the last time. Coming up next, it's time to weigh in the top 10 BAM Pro Tour anglers and crown a champion of the Bass Boat Technologies Championship presented by Tackle Warehouse.
Randall and I want to talk to you real quick about choosing the right electronics mount for your bass boat.
And we know the quality and effort that Van Foster has put into this company.
So what you get is a custom fitted mount, not some mass produced universal mount for every bass boat out there.
Seat pedestal plugs, tool holders, steering wheel spacers, and battery trays are all made with the same attention to detail that Bass Boat Technologies is known for. Check them out at bassboattech.com. You'll be glad you did.
Hey folks, pro bass fisherman Mark Lassane here. My garage was completely cluttered with outdoor gear, but then I discovered StoreQuest self-storage. Now, check out my space. It's like my own personal oasis. All my fishing rods, my gear, have a home away from home. With everything neatly organized, I can spend more time doing what I love. Thanks to my StoreQuest unit, I've decluttered my life and made room for adventure.
Bass Angler Magazine brings you more. If you want to learn the latest techniques, win your next bass tournament, or simply catch more bass, then Bass Angler Magazine is for you. From California to Florida, finesse to frogging, Bass Angler Magazine is jam-packed with how-to information from the world's best pros. Published every season, Bass Angler Magazine is crammed with fresh new articles designed to help anglers of all levels learn more and catch more bass. Sign up at bassanglermag.com today. Bass Angler is also available at Tackle Warehouse, Bass Pro, Cabela's, or for your mobile device at the Apple newsstand.
Welcome back to the BAM Pro Tour Championship on the California Delta. In just a few moments, one angler will walk away with a brand new Bass Cat Pantera Classic with Garmin electronics and a Mercury Marine outboard. And the BAM Pro Tour couldn't be possible without local support from communities like Oakley, California.
The City of Oakley is so excited to be the premier sponsor of the BAM Pro Tour. Oakley is a welcoming place and our Delta is thriving, and this is exactly what we want. We have hotels and restaurants and everything for families to do, and we love to call the Delta home, and we're so excited to welcome people here into our home enjoying this sport.
In front of a lively crowd at Big Break Marina, our first pro angler coming up to the stage is Garmin Pro Bo Jodry.
13.90 is going to take the hot seat for right now. Out of Oakdale, California, let's bring him up, Mr. Ish Monroe. 4-3 fish go. 8.23. All right, out of Jackson, California, Mr. Earl Dalton III. 7.83. 7.83. That means he stays in that seat for just a little bit longer. And this next angler, he's out of Phoenix, Arizona. Let's give it up, everybody, for Conrad Demeckis. 12.13. 12.13. Woo, that's 3 right there. Needing 13.91, just like everybody else. Let's bring out Mr. Jake Arbuckle. He had 2.34 pounds for 1 fish. He's out of Red Bluff, California. Get loud, everybody, for Greg Gutierrez. Greg, come on up here. That's right. 5.77. 5.77.
One of the youngest anglers on tour, Luke Johns, comes up next as Bo Jodry still hangs onto the hot seat.
He's got 5 fish. He needs 1391 to take over that seat right there. I think Bo's gonna have to get up because he just dropped 1642 on the scale.
And 1642 gives Luke the hot seat. Next up is Nick Cloutier.
Guys, he needs 1642. Do you think Dad's got 1642 in there? Yeah. That's what I want to hear. A little support. 1642. 1321, just a little shy. He's out of Elk Grove, California, and he has shown everybody on the West Coast how to build a career out here. Ken Maw, come on up to the stage right now. Let's see if you can take that 1643. He's got a shot at 1643. You've just seen it. Not quite there at 1410. 1410. Great weight, just doesn't quite take over the hot seat.
Ken Maw's 14-pound limit isn't enough to knock Luke out of the hot seat. Only one angler remains before we crown a champion. Delta local and pro Zack Thompson takes the stage for the final weigh-in. Stay tuned. The moment of truth is coming up right after this.
Spencer Lazara here to explain why you need eternal lithium batteries in your boat. The cost of our batteries over their life is a fraction of dead acids or AGMs, providing 5 times the power at 1/3 of the weight. We use a high-quality Bluetooth BMS and grade A cells, giving us the confidence to offer a 12-year industry-leading warranty. Eternal Lithium provides peace of mind that you've got reliable, reserve power to keep you safe and give you a chance to win. Contact us now for a free power consultation.
Champions, fish with Garmin.
That's me, sweetheart.
Whoa! For the second year in a row, the Bassmaster Classic finishes with a cherry on top. Finally, Christie conquers the Classic. Yeah, 2024 is Hamner time.
Hi, this is Josh McMurray. I'm the city manager for the city of Oakley. We're located on the Delta. We have a beautiful shoreline, and we really want to promote the city as the gateway to the Delta and showcase everything that we have to offer. We have a beautiful downtown that's expanding, brand new restaurants. What we're trying to do is build that brand to make sure that people know that you can come to Oakley and you can do everything that you want associated with the Delta, and you can still stay here, eat here, and have a good time in a very family-friendly and safe environment.
Welcome back to the BAM Pro Tour Championship on the California Delta, presented by Bass Boat Technologies and Tackle Warehouse. There's just one angler left to weigh in, the mayor himself, Zack Thompson.
5 fish. He needs 1643. 1643, everybody. There's a new champion. Because with 1474, right here, Luke Johns has just become your brand new BAM Tournament of Champions champion. Mark, reach over there and grab that trophy and hand it to this young man. He is happy to get it.
After I won, I just started kind of yelling, blacked out for a second. I didn't even look at the trophy or like anything. I was just in another universe, I guess. And then when I finally got to look at the trophy, and then even so, when I got to go look at the actual boat, it all kind of started to sink in. And I know it's still, I mean, it's going to take a couple days for it to really kind of hit me what just happened. But it was just phenomenal. I really didn't think I had a shot when I was coming in to weigh in. So that was just a crazy turn to walk away and be in first place. My season with BAM and my overall fishing season this year started off really rocky. I had some poor finishes at the beginning of the year, and it kind of rattled me. So about halfway through the year, I had my boat in the shop for like a month, so I didn't do any fishing, and I really took some time to just kind of collect myself and told myself, you know what? You can still catch them, you can dig yourself out of this. And the second half of the season has been great. I made, 3 top 10s. So I made Almanor, and then the Afterbay, and then of course here, and was just outside the top 10 at the Columbia River. But you know, BAM runs a phenomenal event here, and it really goes to show there were 23 guys here this week. 10th place was walking away with a $4,000 check. First place walked away with a boat. And I mean, for someone like me to be able to fish something of that caliber on the West Coast without having to travel, you know, 20 plus hours to get to one of those East Coast events, it's phenomenal to have that opportunity out here, and it really means a lot to me. And I'm looking forward to next year. The Super 60 is going to be phenomenal. There's some really great anglers in there next year, so hopefully we'll be adding to the collection next year, but you know, I know it's not going to be easy.
That wraps up the 2024 season with the BAM Pro Tour. Next season is going to be bigger and badder with the BAM Super 60. Don't miss it.